The Canadian military is on standby to help evacuate towns and fight more than 170 wildfires fueled by a record-smashing heatwave and tinder-dry conditions as the government in Ottawa warned of a long and challenging summer ahead. At least 177 fires were active in the western province of British Columbia. 76 of them were sparked in the last 2 days. Most were caused by intense lightning storms. The Canadian documentary filmmaker and reporter Brandy Yanchik gave us the latest on the situation.
In Alberta, there's still a heat warning. It's hot here. I've been living in my basement for a week. People don't have air conditioning units, most people, so they've covered their windows. They're using fans. It's a very challenging situation for us because we're used to the cold, to be honest with you, and we are not used to these high temperatures. It's a very challenging time for those who are living on the streets, who are homeless, and people are volunteering, giving out water and pizza, and also the cities of Edmonton. The city of Edmonton has opened recreation centers, libraries, places for people to cool down with air conditioning.
And in terms of the fires, we're seeing pictures now of just one of them and the intense smoke that's billowing across large parts of Canada. And I just wonder how bad things are in terms of those fires where you are. Have you heard anything more about that?
So at the moment, everyone's concentrating on British Columbia because there's all these active fires that are happening there, and different communities are being evacuated. In Edmonton, what's happened is the safety minister has announced that there will be a base set up here so that firefighters can have a place to have a bit of relief. There can be aviation resources available, and if there are more people who have to be evacuated, they would come to Edmonton, which is in Alberta, the province beside. It's a very scary time for people in British Columbia. I know friends are watching the news and trying to see how close these fires are coming to their communities. Kamloops evacuated, then they could go home. That's a city, and it's a very scary time. We're in Alberta, and it's possible, I mean, it's very dry here, that we could also have forest fires, which we have had in the past.
And then in terms of the military efforts, what more do we know about what they will be doing and how that will help?
So there's about 350 military personnel who have been deployed to help fight the forest fires. They're going to be here this summer because this is just not a one-time thing. I know we've had this heat wave, but this is going to be a very challenging summer. And the conditions are dry. So if there's a lightning storm and lightning hits a bunch of grass, I mean, it's like hitting a match, right? It's just awful. So 350 military personnel are being deployed. We have this base in Edmonton where people will be able to be evacuated to, and aviation resources are being made available. And you know, the government of Canada has said that they are going to help out and give as many resources as possible to this situation, which is very scary. Imagine you have a house and it just burns to the ground and you have to evacuate. It's just awful.